Hi there, my name is Amanda Tollstam. I'm one of the massage therapists at Alive, and I'm just going to do a quick half-hour massage, just show you kind of what you can do at home, some basic massage techniques. This is my husband, so we're just going to practice on him for a little bit. Okay, so first we're going to start with the back. I have him face down, as you can see. I have a pillow underneath his feet just to help support the low back while you're laying on your stomach. You could take as much time or as little time as you need to. Again, being kind of covered a little bit here. Here we go. I use grapeseed oil or almond oil. You can really use whatever works for you. You can use any type of lotion, any type of oil that you have. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna put you down so you can kind of see one side of what I'm doing here. So you can either do the one side at a time or do both. You can also use any kind of essential oil, making sure that whoever you're massaging isn't allergic. I typically do lavender. Sometimes people are allergic to lavender, but it's a nice, soothing, gentle, calming essential oil. So you want to use long strokes. So you want to use the entire hand, starting from the shoulders and going right along the spine. Typically, you don't want to go directly over a bone. It just doesn't feel good when there's pressure into that bone, like it going right into the spine. You want to go right alongside it, using the entire palm. So the entire palm pretty much stays on the body. And these are long strokes. Doing the same on each side. You can go down by the hips. You can kind of feel that bone right here with the sacrum. And you can take your wrists, or sorry, your palms, and just make little fists here and just gonna knead on either side of the spine right into that bone. You can always go up on either side of the spine, again, not directly on it. And into right above those shoulder blade bones. So you can feel the big scapula bone sitting right here. You're gonna go in and around. This is a very common area for knots. And again, taking your entire palm and just going back and forth. You can always put a little bit of pressure in. I'm actually, I don't know if you can't really see me right now, but I'm actually doing a little bit of a lunge here. Sorry. So I'm doing kind of a lunge, so I'm using more body weight instead of it just being in my arms and hands. If you're just using your hands and arms here, you're gonna get tired pretty quickly. So turn it back, sorry. Here we go. This is one of my clients' favorite things to do, right over into the shoulder and into the neck. You just kind of take your palm, kind of cup that, again, full palm on the body, just kind of cup it and pull it back. Again, not going over the bone. How's that feel, babe?
Excellent.
Have to do both sides, so hang on. Going in the other way. And coming back around. And again, finishing off with some longer strokes. Maybe a couple of stretches, placing the hand right on that shoulder blade bone and then on the opposite hip and just gently pulling away from each other. A little cross-body stretch here. Make sure you do both sides. Good. So we're going to go into the legs. And again, always starting with those longer strokes. Starting up and then releasing down. It helps spread the oil. It just gets the clients a little bit more used to the hands of where you're going to go. And then just start to knead into those hamstrings. You can make little fists if you want to. Try not to go right on the side or go some lighter pressure on the side. You're getting into the IT band, which can be kind of sensitive. So if you're getting into the hamstrings, you're just taking your wrists and just rolling them up. Again, you can also do that with the hands. You can work that IT band. It does actually feel really good to do. But you want to use just a little bit lighter pressure and take it slowly up. And then again for the inside of the thigh here, I'm right above his knee. You're just going to kind of knead it in. Again, it's a sensitive area, so you want to be lighter in the pressure. Using the entire palm. Do little circles over the back of that knee. Surprisingly feels really good to have the back of the knee massaged. You wouldn't think so, but good. Coming into the calf muscles are actually pretty sensitive. So you can kind of feel the belly here where kind of the two muscles separate a little bit here. You can take your palms right along the middle. Again, kind of paying attention to that pressure. They can be sensitive. And then cupping your hands, taking your fingertips, and you're going to go to the inside of that calf muscle, and you can feel right along the shin, and you're just going to pull it forward and up. Again, I'm not using deep pressure here. I'm not kind of gripping into it. And again, doing it in the out. So you're going to take your thumbs, find where that meets the shin. You can kind of get underneath it and just knead all the way up. I don't know if you can see that. And then some long strokes forward and back along the calf. So I'm going to show you some of the foot exercise. A lot of people love this. Not exercise, but a little foot massage here. Hang on. Gotta figure out how to do this. Okay. You see his foot? There you go. So you can take your fist and just kind of knead into the foot here. Going a little bit deeper into the ball of the foot just because it's the skin and the muscles there are a little bit more hard. And going back up. You can cup the heel with your palm and just kind of move that in circles. How's it feeling?
Really good.
If you didn't catch that, he said really good. You're gonna slide your hand and come into the toes. So you just wanna kind of do little circles with the fingers. Again, another area that you wouldn't think felt good, but really does. Let it release. So we're going to put that back. So what I'm doing here is just doing some compressions. So again, flat palms. You're just putting some of your body weight into the muscles here. It's almost, it sounds really cheesy to say, but kind of just giving them a little hug. Helps with the nerve endings, helps release. Just for time purposes, I'm not going to do the other leg, just so that you can see what's happening here. And then I'm going to turn everything over, so give me just a minute. But typically during your massage that you give, you want to do both sides and both legs. Taking the pillow out. All right, turn over for me, please. Scoot down. There you go. So when whenever your client or anything is face up, you want to put the pillow under their knees. So again, it just helps get the pressure off of the low back. Is that comfortable?
Yeah.
So we're going to do the front of the leg on this side. And you can go into whatever order works for you. You can do the legs first and then the back, or back legs. You can go legged arm, then legged arm. You could do arms first, then legs, whatever works for you. This is just how I do it. So again, using full palm, starting up at the top of the thigh and coming down. You want to go on the sides of the shin. Again, full palm, right along the side of the shin bone, not necessarily directly on, especially with a little bit deeper pressure. I don't know if you can see. It's a little dark in here, sorry. So just taking long strokes. And then just kind of going around the knee a little bit, into the sides of the knee. Again, some of that kneading. Good. And going up into the hip. Again, full palm. Maybe slightly less pressure getting into the side of the leg because there's that IT band again. Going to the inside of the leg. With the foot massage, you could do either with them face up or face down. That's just how typically I do it, is when, if they're already face down, I do the foot massage when they're face down. So whatever works for you. Again, I like to do those compressions. And we're gonna get to the arm. Can you still see? Yeah. Go. Put a little bit of light here, hang on. It's a little better. Once again, full palm, starting up at the shoulder. You're just gonna bring the arms all the way down to those fingers. Move it so you can see me. Here we go. And then back up again. I like to kind of go around the shoulder and start getting into the neck here. And then working into those fingers, trying to make it so you can see. Just like with the toes, you're gonna kind of work into each finger. Once again, another area that just feels really good that you wouldn't think would. Especially since most of us work on laptops or at a computer all day, if not on our phones. So working into those fingers is a nice release. Getting into that meaty part of the thumb here, you can just kind of let it roll in that hand and then go down the thumb. You can always turn the arm over and work into the hand a little bit more. Good. And release. And taking the hand all the way up into that forearm. And go to the inside of the forearm, again, a little bit of pressure, putting that full palm in there. Good. And working your way up the arm. You would do the other arm as well. We're gonna go into the neck. See if I can move this a little bit closer. There, so you can see a little bit here. So working into the upper chest here, you're gonna just place the hands right along the clavicle bone. Again, full palm around the shoulder, around the back, and into the neck. Good. Do that a couple times. And you can feel the spine, the neck going right up. You want to go on either side of that. And in. Okay. You can take your hands on the shoulders. Again, you can find kind of that meaty part underneath. And just do gentle presses. And then making those fists again, finding right where the shoulders meet the neck, again kind of in that meaty part, and you're just going to rotate in those wrists. How's that feeling?
Really good.
Okay. This is another place where pretty much everybody has tension. And you can go out just a little bit, but as soon as you start to feel that bone there, you want to stop. Doesn't feel all that great over that bone. You're going to come back down underneath a little bit and pull up. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm just kneading underneath the neck. Again, grabbing up around the spine, so that neck bone, those neck bones here, and then taking it under and just replacing the hand through. So I'm taking a little squeeze through my hands. Again, not grabbing the bone. On either side, into those scaly muscles of the neck. And now I'm just doing little circles going up towards the skull. So I'm gonna go through occipital points. So occipital point is right where the skull and the neck meet, the spine meet here. So you can kind of feel a little ridge there. You want to get your fingertips, and again, careful of really holding on through those hands. Just those fingertips right in there. Right in that ridge. You're holding the head up, so the client needs to allow you to release a little bit here. Allow you to get in there, so they need to let their head go. Again, my whole palm is on the head, but my fingers are right in that ridge. You want to just hold that for a little bit, if you can. It's a great release. We hold tons of tension in there. If you have one of those all over your head headaches, it's probably because this is tight. You can do little circles with the fingertips. You can start to slide out a little bit. There is a little spot right in here on that right side, right kind of between the ear and right underneath. So right in there, you can kind of play with that area a little bit. That helps relieve sinus issues. I typically don't do face massage if they started face down, because I'd like to start with face massages without oil. I'm just going to show you a little bit right here. So you're going to take your thumbs on either side of the middle of the forehead and just slide out. I'm using a little bit of pressure here. You can go right over those eyebrows. I like to take some fingers and just do little circles along the side of the face, and then getting into the cheeks. A little bit more difficult when your client has a beard, but it's still doable. You're going to take your thumbs on either side of the nose and just slide down around the cheekbone. And again, you could do this as many times as you'd like. You can do one side, then the other. You're going to bring the arms back up, hands back up, and you're going to do a little scalp massage. Again, using the full palm and just taking little circles. This is typically where people fall asleep. just feels so good. Once you start getting lower, you can start taking the palms off and just working into the fingers. Make sure you get underneath. Good. And that's about it. So that was just basic massage techniques. Again, you could use whatever oil works for you, whatever pressure works for you and your client, or whoever you're working on. You know, just however you guys want to do it. So I hope this helps. I hope this helps relieve some tension with life right now. Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot. Bye.